Okay guys, so let's take care of the last part, which is the deleting right here. So let's head over to our controller, and in our profiles controller, or rather in our users controller, we'll make sure that an administrator can actually delete a user for life, and we'll use the destroy method. So right here we'll find the user with ID of ID, and after we find the user, we just need to delete that user, and obviously we'll want to delete the profile also. Now there is a way of setting up our database so that as soon as we delete the user, the profile is already automatically deleted. But what we're gonna do is delete the profile, then delete the user. Okay, so we'll say user profile delete right there, and then we'll say user delete. So when we delete the profile, we delete the user, we set a session, which is obviously going to be a success. So we'll say success, and we'll say user deleted forever. Oh god. Oh well, so we'll say return the redirect for the user back right there. Okay, so when we delete a user, this is what's going to happen. Now let's head over to our web.php, and we'll set up that get route, and this is going to be delete. So user delete, and it's gonna go to the destroy method, and right here we're passing in the ID of the user we want to delete. Okay, so right here we have user.delete. So in our users, or I think it was index.blade.php for our users right here, we need to chain up that method. So this is user admin, user not admin. We need to put in a user delete right there. So I'll just copy this anchor tag and I'll put this in. Okay, so what we're gonna do is actually put this in an if statement, okay, to make sure that the authenticated user is not trying to delete his profile. So we'll say authenticated user ID, or there is a helper method to help us get the ID of the authenticated user. Okay, so we can get the authenticated user's ID here, and we'll check if it's equal to the user ID, okay, currently in the loop. So if it's equal, then we don't want to let him delete himself. Okay, so we're not gonna display this. Okay, so we're just gonna say if not equal, then display this route. Okay, so we say user dot delete, and he should be able to delete a user. So we'll just say right here, we'll say delete, and this is gonna be a button danger. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let's refresh, and actually we're not supposed to put the not right here, so it's supposed to be here. So if it's not equal, then we should display this. Okay, because right here we're like saying not auth ID, and that's not correct, so we're gonna put it right here. So if we refresh now, everything should look great. So we can delete everybody except ourselves. So let's go ahead and delete Nicholas. He's so useless, never created a post, so we'll delete him, and it goes to that route, and looks like we are not doing anything. So user/delete/3. Let's check our web.php, and this method goes to the destroy method. Oh, not in the profiles controller, but in the users controller, and we have nothing to worry about because the only people that can access that controller are administrators. So let's refresh, delete Nicholas, and we have user deleted forever. Okay, and if we go to the profiles in our database, let's check out our blog, and let's check out profiles. We discover we have just 2 profiles now because the profile for Nicholas was deleted. Okay, so we have 2 administrators and we have 2 profiles. Now, one last thing before we close this chapter of users and our administration panel. When we delete a category right here, for example, if we had some categories and they're associated with post, when we delete a category, it doesn't actually delete the post. Okay, so it actually leaves some posts hanging in our database that do not have categories. So what we're gonna do is simply delete the posts that are associated with that category. So let's head over to our destroy method, and right here when we find the category, before deleting it, we're just gonna delete all the posts. So we'll need to put this in a for each loop. So we'll say for each. So for each of the categories of the category post as post. So right here we're referencing an S. So we have a collection of all the posts for that category. Then we'll say post delete right there. Okay, so we delete all the posts for that category. Okay, so we are just doing this right now. Remember, as I said, we can set up a database to cascade when we delete the categories, but we're gonna do that in a more advanced tutorial. So right here, this is good enough for this section right here. Okay, so when we delete a category, it should actually delete all the posts associated with it. So let's create a new category, and this is gonna be WordPress, and we'll create a new post. So create new post, and this is gonna be WordPress article, and we'll upload a new file, and this is gonna be WordPress, and then no tags, and we should probably put some security for this. So let's just create the tag, and then we'll solve that. So we'll say WordPress is the tag, and we'll store that tag, and we have a new tag. So let's head over to creating a new post. So we'll say WordPress article, and we'll upload a new image, maybe this one, and we'll select that category, select WordPress, and put in some content, store the post, and post created successfully. So let's just delete that category right now. If we delete, you discover there's no category, and if we head over to our all posts, there are no posts published, and the post has actually been trashed because it's using the soft delete thread right here. Remember, when we delete like this, it's gonna soft delete that post. Okay, so we'd have to actually forcefully delete the post right here. So if we force delete, it's gonna delete that post permanently from our database. Okay, so let's just delete it from here, create a new category. So we'll say new category, and we'll create a new post, and we'll upload some image, we'll put WordPress, and then we'll upload, we store the post, and let's delete the category now and see if that's gonna work. So we delete the category, and we have no post, we have no trashed post, we have no post at all. So the force delete method here works. Nice. Okay, so last thing. Okay, I know I'm saying last things many times, but we gotta take care of everything in this video so that in the next video we actually build the blog itself. Let's put some security so that a user can't create a post if the tag count is 0. So let's go to our post controller. Remember, that's where we put our filter. So right here, where we are trying to create a post, we are checking if all the categories are more than 0. So what we're gonna do is get all the tags also, and before that, and before sending this, we're gonna check and say and tags count is equal to 0, or we actually want to say or, so that in case any of this is 0, then we're gonna return the user back. And right here, since we already have that, we'll just pass in the variable. Okay, and obviously we gotta import this at the top, so we have it. Okay, so let's try that. We have tags, but let's delete this tag, and let's access the create new post, and we're redirected back. You must have some categories, but let's change that name right there. So you must have some categories or tags and tags before attempting to create a post. So let's create a category. So create new category, and we'll say WordPress 4.7, create that category, try to access that post, but we cannot still create a new post because we don't have tags. So if we create a new tag, maybe create tag right here. So we'll say WordPress tag for WordPress 4.6, store tag, and then we try to create a new post. Now we can create a post. Okay, so that makes sense. Everything's working perfectly. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video.